In this video, I will give you 7 tips or strategies to increase your DPS at Verzik during her tornado phase. Tip number 1, don't heal Verzik ever. If you're wanting to get KC, avoiding the heal is your number 1 priority. You're dealt half your current HP as damage, and then Verzik heals 3 times what you were hit. So the formula looks like hit points divided by 2 equals your damage taken, and then whatever you were hit is multiplied by 3, and Verzik heals that. You can easily heal her for about 150 HP when fully brewed. If everyone does 1 leech at full health, that's an extra 600 hit points your team has to go through. That does not feel good whatsoever. Tip number 2, identify your tornado. I have 2 methods, isolate or V out. The first method, isolate, means separating yourself from everyone before tornadoes spawn. In doing this, the hope is that your tornado will be isolated from everyone else's as well. The more consistent method, the V out method, is when tornadoes spawn, you move away from everybody else and away from the tornadoes. From here, you watch and see which tornado starts following you. That is your tornado. Next, you move away from the tornado, but towards the boss to start DPSing it. That is my favorite method because it is a systems approach. And because it's a systems approach, you can use this in both regular ToB and hard mode ToB consistently. Tip number 3 is don't stop. Just don't stop moving. The only time you should be stopped is when you're physically attacking Verzik. Otherwise, you should be moving to avoid the tornado. Tip number 4. Dump special attacks. After identifying your tornado and ensuring you don't leech, dump your special attacks. 2 claws or 3 chalices from everyone should almost take her down every single time. Tip number 5. Think in rectangles. When keeping the tornado from touching you, don't run towards the tornado on the same row of tiles. Doing this makes it a 50-50 chance of hitting it when you pass through it because of running mechanics. Tip number 6 is run webs always. This is free DPS and you should always leech for it. In my opinion, web leeches don't count, especially with scythes. The damage you do during webs outweighs whatever you heal her to make webs. If you guys haven't seen my other DPS guide for Verzik, go give that a watch. Everything there applies here as well. Last but not least is tip number 7, and that is to complete 10 gauntlets. If you're serious about getting good at ToB, I highly suggest learning Gauntlet. This is the only other place in the game with a tornado follow mechanic, and it takes a lot less time to get there as well. The added bonus in Gauntlet is being hyper aware of pathing, so Verzik will become even easier. Gauntlet is the most underrated ToB trainer in the game besides entry mode.